Frank Purcell, 538 Penn Street. I'm the most recent appointee to the Newtown Corporation. I've been to 2 meetings. I was appointed in the beginning of November. I was at the November meeting, and I was also at the December meeting. Both meetings, I just want to let you know that we had representation from the township there. Phil Calabrio is the township liaison. So he's fully engaged as to everything that's going on. Actually, he's more aware of everything that's going on in Newtown Corporation than I. On both of those meetings, the subject of the executive director, not performance, but the executive director's job description and compensation was brought up at both of those meetings, and was talked about as to redefining it. So this isn't like it came from out left field. And the real reason I stood up here is to answer Mr. Sellers' remarks. How he's very disappointed that the corporation board members didn't have the courtesy to say anything ahead of time. As Mr. Salvatore said, this is not something that was a predetermined. We didn't have a clandestine in the alley meeting that we decided this was the action that was going to be taken. It just evolved, and it evolved that evening. And as far as courtesy, I didn't know that I was summoned to come here this evening. I watched on the internet yesterday the rebroadcast of your reorganization meeting last Monday. In that meeting, Chairman Wardoff, and it was a kind of a friendly banter. Mr. Sellers wanted to make a motion to formally invite the members of the board, and Mr. O'Malley thought that was a little bit harsh, and maybe we should just make a friendly recommendation for those folks to come. And I think it's word for word, but Chairman Wardoff said that the members of the Newtown Corporation that were appointed by the board for the borough would be friendly and firmly invited to come to this meeting this evening. I asked every member that was appointed by the borough if they received an email, a phone call, a letter, a personal invitation. None of us did. So I just want to make that clear on the record that I was not notified that I was to come here, and to my surprise, I come here and talks about the Newtown Corporation is on the agenda. So obviously, this agenda was made. I don't know when the agenda is made up for the borough council meetings, but I was not notified, and nor any of the other board members were notified that we would be here. So that's all I have.
Hi, my name's Patty Levy, North State Street, and I guess I had a couple of comments. Number one, that the liaison from the township, I didn't know, and Paul had stated that the liaison from the township stayed in executive session. That confuses me a little bit. Maybe there was a little leniency given, but an executive session is supposed to be a matter to discuss litigation or personnel. I assume it would be the same here. And if so, and they knew that the township already had notice because they were there, why weren't the borough given the same courtesy of a phone call to council to let them know that what was going on? And I guess secondly, why were there notes, even a synopsis of an executive session by Mr. Tyrell? I thought it wasn't usually protocol to write notes on an executive session. I thought you reconvened and then made the motion. And again, I think it's confusing because if you look, the Newtown Corporation and the past executive director has received a number of accolades. We've received a number of state recommendations, and then as a thank you, the way that it was handled seems really a poor way of handling it, and some of the words that were used, and specifically the word firing, really is offensive for a job well done, even if at this point in time, you know, we decide that we go in different directions. But again, you know, as a reflection on the board of directors, the way that it was handled was really, really poor, and communication was really poor. So hopefully moving forward, we're more engaged in the process and we know what's going on.